Hari Om. Chinmaya Balvihar magazine, March 2026. Pepi the Poppy. A two-word success story. Work, works. The children. What is life without color? A dot, a dab, a patch, a splash, a strip, a blob. That is all it makes to make life lively and vibrant. There is also something called colors therapy, where colors are used for healing. Violet for nervous and mental disorders, indigo for throat, throat and nose complaints, green for heart ailments, yellow for stomach, and red for anemia, etc. And hey, happiness and fun for all, celebrating Holi, our festival of colors. So let us have fun. Holi hai. Chinmay, be sincere, everything else will follow. Chinmay Mission turns 75 from Chinmay with love. Small touch, big impact. The story of Rama and the squirrel's stripes is a popular story from the Ramayana. It explains how the squirrels have got their stripes, while Ram's monkey army built the bridge to Lanka. A tiny squirrel diligently carried small pebbles to help, but was mocked by the monkeys. Lord Rama, seeing its sincere effort, affectionately stroked its back, leaving three permanent white strips as a mark of blessing for its devotion, teaching and every teaching that every contribution, big or small, matters when done with love. The story, the task was Lord Ram needed to build a bridge across the ocean to Lanka to rescue his wife Sita from the captivity of the demon king Ravan. The Vanara monkey army carried huge boulders and rocks to build the bridge across the sea. The little squirrel's effort. A small squirrel wanted to help the Vanaras, so it carried small pebbles and grains of sand, dropping them into the sea to help fill the gaps between the large stones. What a funny situation! The monkey laughed at the squirrel's tiny contributions of pebbles and sand, calling them useless. One day, a big monkey carrying a large rock nearly tripped over the squirrel and angrily threw it away. Ram was there. The squirrel fell into Lord Ram's hands. Ram was touched by the squirrel's devotion and dedication despite its small size. Ram's eternal blessings. Ram gently ran his fingers over the squirrel's back, leaving three white strips as a permanent mark of his blessing and appreciation for the squirrel's earnest efforts. The pebbles and sand were a small but important contribution, a small but important contribution to the task of building the bridge. This story teaches us that devotion and sincere efforts are more important than the size of one's contribution, and that all help given with love and dedication is valuable in achieving a great goal. Chant along. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjuhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushvamadarpanam. Do everything with love and remember Bhagavan who lives in your heart. Even small actions become special when done sincerely. Everyday Heroes. Chinmaya Pledge. One Sunday morning, Sagar called all teenagers who lived in Sarvodaya Housing Society for an urgent meeting. They were advised to wear face masks and keep a safe distance from each other. They were in the middle of a pandemic when 10 odd youngsters assembled. Sagar said, "We are going through a tough period. Last night, William uncle and his wife Pamela auntie were hospitalized under suspicion of COVID. Their children, Peter and little Elisa, are quarantined alone in their home. They are too young to understand the gravity of the situation. I feel that this is the time to reach out to them and do our bit. What say?" "We are with you, Bhaiya," said Pratik, Sagar's next door neighbor. "Yes, us too," echoed the others. "Good." Sagar paused for a moment. "I would like to call our team SYS, Swift Young Soldiers. Are you all ready for action?" "SYS, we need to take turns, of course. We need to take turns to deliver food to them. We will leave it outside their door. Our safety is important too. Avoid roaming around unnecessarily." His army agreed. The team drew up a timetable for meal delivery. Initially, Peter and Elisa were scared. Elisa had so many questions. Why are we not allowed to step out? Why the red tape on uh, our front door? Why are our parents in hospital? Peter did not know how to answer her. Team SYS came to their rescue. Standing outside their flat, Sagar and his young COVID warriors talked to the kids. They assured them that they were safe and that their parents would join them soon. Madhav uncle, the building secretary, periodically checked with the hospital staff and gave the children updates. Slowly, the rest of the building pitched in. Elisa's best friend, Rashi, Elisa's best friend sang some peppy songs over a video call to cheer her up. Nevin cracked some silly jokes for Peter. Radhika sent steaming hot idlis and sambar. Sahil served aloo parathas and yogurt. Priya Tai baked a cake. Rishi's mother sent pav bhaji, while Siddu's granny treated them to hot dal khichdi and kadhi. Sagar included soups and salads in their daily menu. The two children loved the variety of food that showed up at their doorstep. After a week, the hospital discharged William uncle and Pamela auntie. Madhav uncle brought them home. The red tape from their flat was removed. Peter and Elisa came out running and hugged their parents. Uncle and auntie thanked the entire team profusely. The young warriors and our other families were happy to have made a small difference in trying times. When Sagar shouted three cheers to SYS, it echoed in every resident's heart. We serve as an army, courageous and disciplined. Usha Sundareshan. No shows in temples. Girl was super excited to visit Giri was super excited to visit his hometown in the Himalayas. Giri, this temple is more than 1000 years old. Our ancestors prayed here too. Wow, that's older than grandpa's stories. Giri dashed ahead, eager to enter. Giri, shoes off first. Papa, this is taking forever. Why can't I just wear them inside? Easy there, my speedy boy. There's a reason. Our shoes carry mud, dust, and germs from everywhere. The temple is a special place. We sit on the floor and pray. So we must keep it clean. Oh, like keeping my room tidy. Also, some footwear is made from animal skin. So we leave all that outside our sacred place. That makes sense. Temples deserve respect. We also wash and clean our hands and feet before entering. Brrr, the water is freezing. So many people have prayed here for centuries. Walking barefoot helps us feel calm and connected. The floor feels cool and peaceful. That's the blessing, my boy. From Rama to Ramachandra, count your blessings. It was a full moon night. The moon was hanging like a lantern in the sky. Ma Kaushalya was feeding her baby, Sri Ram, on the terrace of their palace in Ayodhya. Look at the moon, said Mataji to her baby. Baby Ram looked in the direction of his mother's finger and was enchanted by the sight of the silver disc. He did not understand what it was, but he could not stop looking at it. Give me, said baby Ram. Okay, you want more food? I will give you, replied Mataji. No, he did not want more food. He wanted the moon. She was so engrossed in feeding the child that she could not understand his language. She took a morsel of food to his mouth. Baby Ram just pushed her hand away. Again, he said, pointing to the moon, give me, I want it. This time Kaushalya Mata understood what he wanted. She could not control her laughter, but how could she explain to the child that his demand was impossible to meet? Give me, give me, give me. Baby Ram went on. His face just would not turn away from the moon. Hearing the commotion, the child's father, Raja Dasharatha, came running. Soon the other two queens, Sumitra and Kaikeyi, too rushed to the spot. There was total chaos, all trying to pacify the stubborn baby. All were trying to divert his attention from the moon, but with no result in sight. Just then, Mata Kaikeyi thought of a solution. She rushed down the terrace and went to her chamber. She pulled out a mirror from her cupboard and ran back to the terrace. While the others were still pacifying the child, Kaikai put the mirror in front of him. Lo and behold, the moon was right there. At least baby Ram thought so. All of a sudden, the child was quiet. His tears vanished and a big smile covered his face. Mata Kaushalya was relieved, and so were the others. That night, baby Ram clung to the mirror and slept with the moon next to him, and from then on he was called Ramachandra. Ramanavami 26th March. Sangeeta Rao. 26th March. Vaulting to victory. Game on. Once upon a time, in the small and quiet state of Tripura, in India, there lived a girl, Deepa Karmarkar. As a child, Deepa was not very strong. In fact, she had flat feet, a condition that usually stops children from becoming gymnasts. Doctors even advised her parents that gymnastics might be too difficult for her. But Deepa had something more powerful than perfect feet. She had determination. Deepa was born on 9th August 1993 and grew up in a simple family. Her father worked at the airport and her mother supported the family with great care. When Deepa first joined gymnastics, her family could not afford expensive equipments or a modern training center. Yet Deepa did not give up. Her coach Vishweshwar Nandi believed in her ability and helped her train with whatever was available. One of the most amazing parts of Deepa's journey is how she practiced on a self-made mud vaulting table instead of a proper vault made of expensive materials. Deepa trained on a vault made of mud and sand covered with cloth. She fell many times, scraped her knees, and bruised her arms, but every fall made her stronger. While other gymnasts had springy floors and padded equipment, Deepa had courage and hard work. Deepa loved gymnastics so much that she practiced for hours every day, stretching her body and perfecting her moves. Slowly she mastered difficult vaults that they that very few gymnasts in world could perform. One such move was the Prodonova vault, also called as the vault of death, as it was very risky. Deepa became the first Indian woman gymnast to perform this vault in an international competition. Her greatest moment came at the Rio Olympics. Deepa represented India with pride and reached the vault finals, finishing fourth, just missing a medal. She won something even more special, the hearts of millions of Indians. She proved that girls from small towns with big dreams can touch the sky. Deepa Karmarkar's story reached us that teaches us that success does not depend on money, perfect conditions, or easy pathways. It depends on belief, discipline, and never giving up. From a mud vault to the Olympic stage, Deepa truly showed the world how to fly. Suhasini Lohiya. Do it yourself, march ahead with bookmarks. Materials needed: craft paper, blue, yellow, orange, green, child shape scissors, glue stick, crayons or color pencils, optional googly eyes, glitter pens, step by step tutorial. Cut a square of craft paper 19 centimeter into 19 centimeter in the color you want for your bookmark base. Place the square in front of you so it looks like a diamond. Fold the bottom corner up to meet the top corner, forming a triangle. Fold the right and left corners up to the top point to make a smaller diamond. Then unfold them. Fold the top layer of the top corner down so it meets the bottom edge. Take the center point of the top layer and fold it up to the top edge. Tuck the left and right corners under the folded flap to create a neat pocket. Decorate your bookmark, add eyes, colors fun designs to make it unique. For inspiration, we created bookmarks of Lords Rama and Jatayu. If you don't know their story, read out them in the ancient epic Ramayana. Then try making your own themed bookmarks. Fight right. Know your Bharat. Param ran up to his mother one evening from school to share the news that Darshan had jumped the maximum height in the high jump and was selected for the nationals. Even as he finished his story, Shalini, his sister, jumped and shared her experience with the army officer who had visited their school and the stories he had told them. Mother Kala listened patiently to both her children as they excitedly shared their feelings. Shalini used the word Shahid when she spoke of the army officers who had given up their lives while fighting for the nation. Param was curious and asked what that word meant. Grandpa chipped in with great pride that anyone who fights for the nation and sacrifices his life for it is called Shaheed. He then spoke about the places where he had seen monuments or memorials for those who had given up their lives for India. Shalini now rattled National War Memorial, Kargil War Memorial, Jallianwala Bagh. These were the places the family had visited during the vacations, one state at a time. Discussing each memorial, they unanimously agreed that the people who had sacrificed their lives for their country were the real heroes. Grandpa could not resist bringing up the names of Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, and Sukhadev. He narrated how Indians were being ill treated by the British, and in an attempt to protest, Bhagat Singh turned revolutionary and disobeyed the British, keeping in mind the well being of fellow Indians. He did not fear the British, nor did the he ran away from them. He stood by his beliefs and was sure of his reasons to protest. Grandpa continued, do you know that the prison officials had decided to have Bhagat Singh executed? However, Bhagat Singh was not the least disturbed by this. Grandpa explained how instead of fearing the news, he, along with Rajguru and Sukadev, walked calmly towards the gallows. On March 23, way back in 1931, with a smile on their face and Inkilab Jindabad on their lips, they were all hung till they died. Shalini asked, but Dada, how did he get this courage? The grandpa explained that as a kid, he was a voracious reader and was also influenced by great people of that era like Lala Lajpat Rai. Grandpa then asked both the children some questions. Do you think you can stand by your belief at any given point of time? If you were to protest against some unfairness today, what would you do? Will you think only about yourself or will you think about the welfare of all? Who is your national hero? Do you follow the news and are you updated with all the happenings in Bharat? Shahid Divas 23rd March. Chill with Chaitanya, the land of saints. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a 16th century Bengali saint. He was a social reformer and popularized the Bhakti movement and emphasized chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. One summer afternoon, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu strolled along a village path with his devotees. The blazing sun made the journey tiring, and everyone felt weary and thirsty. As they continued walking, they came upon a magnificent mango tree, its branches heavy with ripe golden fruits that filled the air with a sweet, inviting fragrance. Out of hunger, a devotee said, Prabhuji, these mangoes look so tempting. Can we take a few bites? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiled. Dear friends, these mangoes belong to someone. We should never take what is not ours. It is always advisable to wait patiently than to do something wrong. The devotees felt disappointed, but we are so hungry. The mangoes are right here, all ripe, and it can't be wrong to take a few bites. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu responded firmly, even the smallest wrongdoing is never without consequence. Honesty is the greatest treasure, and God is pleased with those who are sincere, patient, and careful to do what is right. The devotees reflected on his words and walked on, their hearts filled with understanding. Soon they reached the home of a kind hearted villager who welcomed them warmly and offered water and ripe mangoes. As they enjoyed the fruit, a sense of joy and peace filled them, and their hearts overflowed with gratitude and contentment. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiled gently and said, remember, when we act with patience and honesty, all that we truly need comes to us at the proper time. There is never any need to take what belongs to others. In another incident that revealed his boundless mercy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was once chanting the holy name when a drunk and violent man suddenly attacked him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained peaceful and absorbed in chanting, gently restraining his followers from any act of retaliation. Moved by such tolerance and kindness, the man felt deep remorse, fell at Mahaprabhu's feet, and begged forgiveness. Mahaprabhu blessed him and instructed him to chant Krishna's name, transforming his life. These are the lessons we must learn from great masters like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and practice them in our daily lives. Such incidents are not meant for mere reading or pastime, but for deep reflection and lifelong practice. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that in our age, when people are often caught up in quarrels, material desires, and social divisions, the power of chanting the holy names through bhajan and kirtan helps one reconnect with God. The Maha Mantra that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chanting the mantra purifies the heart, brings joy, and awakens love for God. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Jayanti, 3rd March. Iconic women of Bharat. These women once started as children like you, dreaming, trying, and believing. Kalpana Chawla, space astronaut. She looked up at the stars and said, "One day I will be there." Sudha Murthy, author, social worker. Her stories are simple, kind, and full of big lessons. Indra Nooyi, PepsiCo. Indra Nooyi, business leader. As the Chief Executive Officer CEO of PepsiCo, she led with wisdom and values. Lata Mangeshkar, playback singer, one magical voice that sang its way into millions of hearts. Kiran Bedi, police officer, with discipline and compassion, she showed how rules can change lives. Neeraja Bhanet, flight attendant, a brave heart in the skies who saved many lives in a plane hijack. Ritu Karidhal, ISRO scientist, the woman of India, helped India reach Mars. Mitali Raj, cricket captain, calm, focused and graceful. She led India with her bat and brain. Dr. J.C. Thomas, missile scientist, the missile woman of India. She helped make India stronger. Avani Chaturvedi, fighter pilot. She didn't just dream of the sky, she ruled it. Girl power. They followed their dreams. Now it's your turn. Women's Day, 8th March. Chaitali and the Smarter Choice. Chaitali loved munching on chocolate chips and crunchy chaklis. Crunch, crunch. The sound kept her company during long study hours. The salty snacks made studying feel less tiring, and the gooey chocolate melted so sweetly that stopping at one piece was almost impossible. Chaitali was the school topper, quick at maths and brilliant with words, but snacks were her biggest weakness. At home, food was love. Aji believed that growing children needed strength. Every morning, she placed a soft chapati on Chaitali's plate, glistening with ghee. Warm dal followed, topped with an extra dollop. Eat well, my child champion, Aji would say. Chaitali ran fast, jumped high, and practiced gymnastics daily. She is fit as a fiddle, Baba would say proudly. With her super metabolism and active routine, nothing seemed wrong. One afternoon during gymnastics practice, something felt different as Chaitali landed after a high jump. Her head spun. Suddenly, her legs felt weak. In the medical room, her blood pressure was checked and she was made to rest. Soon, Baba arrived and hurried her to the nearby hospital. The verdict was out: high cholesterol. The doctor explained gently: even active children need balanced food. Too many fried and sugary snacks can cause problems inside the body. Chaitali listened quietly. The only way forward was control and change. Slowly, her food habits transformed. Out went chips. In came carrot and cucumber sticks with healthy dips. Chocolates were replaced with date walnut laddus. Crunchy chaklis gave way to air fried snacks, multigrain kakras, and sprout salads. Gymnastics stayed, exercise was never the problem. It was food that had quietly been her undoing. The school had learned its lesson too. Changes were needed. Lunchboxes were now checked to encourage home cooked food, colorful salads, and healthy rolls. Burgers, pizzas, and fries quietly disappeared from the canteen shelves. Weeks later, Chaitali's face glowed with health. She had learned something important. Being smart also means listening to your body. Moral: being strong isn't about giving things up forever. It is about making smarter choices and knowing when your body needs care. Think about it. If your snack box could talk, what would it ask you to eat more of? What is one small food swap you could make that would help your body feel happier and stronger? Activity time: draw your smart snack plate. Imagine it is snack time. Draw a plate with snacks that will make your body feel happy, strong, and full of energy. You can add fruits, nuts, vegetables, or any healthy snack you enjoy. There is no right or wrong, just more smart and fun choices. Obesity being fat. World Obesity Day, 4th March. Puppy Tales. Bronze, a small brown puppy with floppy ears and a tail that wagged forever, lived under a big neem tree. He had many puppy friends. They played together, chased butterflies, and fought over yummy bits of scraps. But the one thing that they talked about the most was humans. One sunny afternoon, they were resting after playtime when Bruno rushed to them, barking loudly. Humans are not good, he said angrily. A while ago, a human shouted at me and threw a stone. It hurt my leg. Millie's ears drooped. Snowy the white puppy shook her head. That's not true, she said softly. A human once gave me warm milk and wrapped me warmly when it was cold. Humans can be kind. Soon everyone was barking at once. They chase us away. They feed us biscuits. They scare us. They protect us. Bronze watched this commotion. His heart felt confused. His thoughts drifted to a little girl who smiled and waved at him every morning. Just then, Father Dog walked in. He was old, but his voice was calm and strong. When he sat down, all the dogs became quiet. What is troubling my puppies today? He asked. Bronze told him everything. Father Dog listened and said, my little ones, the world is not simple. There is no human who is always good and no human who is always bad. It is now not all black and white. Some humans hurt us because they are afraid, angry, or do not understand us. Some humans care because they have love in their hearts. Their actions come from their own stories, just like ours come from ours. All the puppies listened closely. Father Dog continued. Our ancestors walked beside humans for generations. They guarded their homes, helped them hunt, warmed their nights, and trusted them with their lives. That friendship did not come from fear or hate, it came from choice. He pushed and then he paused and then spoke gently but firmly. Each of you will find your human. A bond is not made by barking in anger or hiding in fear. A bond is built slowly with patience, trust, and acceptance. You must learn to see, to feel, and to wait. When you find the humans only who understand you, love them fully. And until then, do not let hate live in your heart. Hate makes us forget who we are. Bruno lowered his head. Snowy wagged her tail. Bronze felt warm inside. That evening, as the sun went down, Bronze curled up beside his friends. When a human passed by, he did not growl or run, but simply watched, because somewhere in this big world, he now knew that his human was waiting, and when they meet, he would remember Father Dog's words and choose love. G. Vijayanti. Puppy Day, 23rd March. ready to play Holi in a quiet lane at Chhattarpur, Chhattarpur, New Delhi. Twins Mila and Arun were playing hide and seek in their garden. Ready or not, here I come, Mila called. Their grandmother sat nearby, folding clothes. Dadi, have you seen Arun? She smiled. No, beta, I haven't seen him. Just then, plop, a red flower landed on Mila's head. Then another flower rain. Mila laughed and looked up. Look, Dadi, he is sitting up there, high on the gulmohar tree. Arun shook a branch. Flowers fell faster. Mila put her hands on her hips. If you keep doing that, I will give you the stick. Dadi chuckled. Sticks and flowers. You two are reminding me of Holi. Arun teased. Mila is so boring, Dadi. She never plays Holi. She only shouts at me. Wait till I complain to Ma, Mila said, narrowing her eyes. Then she quickly turned to Dadi. But Dadi, isn't Holi about colors? Why flowers and sticks? Come, sit with me. I will tell you something interesting. Arun climbed down carefully. They sat beside Dadi under the gulmohar tree. Throw flower petals instead of colors. This is called Fulonki Holi. It reminds everyone of little Krishna tossing flowers at Radha and her friends in the forest. Mila smiled, just like our flower rain. And the sticks? Arun asked. Dadi nodded. In a nearby town called Barsana, Radha's village, there is Latmar Holi. Women hold sticks and playfully chase the men, remembering how Radha's friends once chased Krishna for teasing them. Arun grinned. I will run very fast if has a stick. Dadi tapped Arun's nose. No hurting each other. Always be careful. Then Dadi asked, do you know why? The night before Holi, people light a big fire called Holika Dahan. The twins shook their heads. It reminds us that goodness always wins, Dadi said. It tells us to throw away anger and bad habits. Mila listened carefully. Dadi added softly, in Vrindavan, everyone joins the festival. Children, parents, grandparents, visitors, and even widows who once stayed indoors and felt lonely now come out to throw colors and smile again. No one is left out. Mila hugged Dadi's arm. That sounds beautiful. I think I will play Holi this year. Can we go to Vrindavan this time, Dadi? Arun asked. Of course, Dadi smiled. Will you play with sticks, colors, or flowers? Angry Mila. Arun teased. Depends on how much you annoy me. Mila grinned, then whispered to Dadi, I am only joking. I promise to be kind to my brother. As they sat close under the gulmohar tree, More red petals fell. Mila laughed. Till Holi comes, we will have our own Fulon ki Holi every day. Sharda Mohan. Holiday, 3rd March. Can you identify these characters from Ramayana? The king of Ayodhya, who was the father of Sri Ram, Dashrath. Name the sons of Sumitra, Lakshmana and Shatrugna. Ram and his brothers studied under the guidance of Guru Vasishtha. Name the queen who asked for 2 boons from King Dashrath Kaikeyi. Name the youngest son of King Dashrath, Shatrugna, who ruled Ayodhya by placing the Padukas, sandals of Sri Ram on the throne. Bharat. Name the bird which fought with Ravan when he was carrying Sita to Lanka. Can you name the brother of Ravan who used to sleep for 6 months? Kumbhakarna. Which brother of Ravan came to Sri Ram's camp and took shelter under Ram? Vibhishan. Name the greatest devotee of Sita, Sri Ram, who crossed the ocean and found Sita Hanuman. Lucky winners. Readers' feedback. I simply love Balvihar or Chinmaya Mission's monthly magazine. It has very good stories that teach good morals. It, dis- it displays drawings and sketches done by Balvihar children, which encourages them to do better. It also has very interesting puzzles and quizzes, which I never miss. I also love the stories in the comic form. Color filling task is something I enjoy in my quiet time. Thank you so much, Chinmay Mission Balvihar. स्वर स्वर युवा त्रिवेदी 10 years Ahmedabad. Art and heart, art for heart, mind your mood, art for heart. Meera kept thinking about the speaker who had visited her school that week. Try, he had said, fail, learn, try again. The words sounded brave, but later that evening Meera wondered why trying still felt so scary. At dinner, she shared her thoughts. I wish to do something about this to help myself and my friends. Many kids fear math, shared dad. Try to help with this. Some kids are scared of public speaking, shared mom. Maybe you can work on this. I think underlying this is the fear of what if I am not good enough, said Meera. The next day in class, Meena's pencil wandered across her notebook. She doodled small shapes, filling the margins without thinking. It felt calming. A few friends leaned over. I could never do that, one said. I am not an artist, another shared. Art is for a select set of creative folks, another added. Mira paused. Those words sounded familiar. They sounded like I am bad at this or I will never get it right. and she got an idea. She put up a small sign after school: Art for Heart, come as you are. The first day, only a few students showed up. Some stood near the door, others watched from a distance. Mira laid out clay, paper, magazines, and markers. No instructions, no rules. Some kids didn't touch anything. One just sharpened pencils, letting the long curls fall onto the table. Another arranged them into a flower. Someone else cut pictures from magazines and turned them into a poster. One student quietly shaped clay. Slowly, more students joined. No one said this is good or this is bad. They just made things. One over time, art for heart became a place students returned to. Some came before tests to calm their nerves. A, new, a few stopped by just to sit and breathe. Mira saw that when there was no fear of judgment and no need to measure everything, people felt safer trying, and once they started, the fear mattered less. Author's note: Sri Devi Krishnan. This story is inspired by my daughter's real experience, who, through her school club Art for Heart, saw how art without pressure or judgment can help people let go of fear and try new things with confidence. A perfect pilot. Parth, come. The food is getting cold. Ma called out for the third time. Just one last sum, Ma. Parth replied, eyes glued to his notebook, pencil racing as if it were running a marathon. Exams were around the corner, and Parth had declared a self imposed lockdown. No cricket, no movies, no birthday parties, even no. His football shoes were staring at him sadly from a corner. His goal was crystal clear: marks. Not just good marks, not very good marks, a perfect 100. Late nights, early mornings, revision, and then revision of the revision. Until one night, disaster struck. Parth woke up with a gasp. A nightmare, a terrible one. He had to tell someone, and who better than Keshav? So Parth picked up the phone and dialed Keshav's house. Here thumping like a drum roll. Parth, came Keshav's cheerful voice. How have you been? Topped the exam already. It was meant as a joke. But Parth burst into tears. Keshav, I had the worst nightmare. Oh, oh, said Keshav. Did the maths book chase you? Worse, I got a zero. Everyone was laughing. Teachers were shaking their heads. My parents looked like I had broken the family record in the wrong direction. Keshav paused. Parth, do you really think you can score a zero? Well, no. But what if I don't do well? What if the question paper is hard? What if I fail before the exam and broke my hand? What if I left my pencils and pens at home and no one helped me? What if, stop it. Come to the playground now. Parth followed like a worried goat following a calm shepherd. At the playground, Keshav pulled out colorful craft paper. Let us make paper planes. I am stressed about exams and you want me to do craft. Parth protested. Just do it, said Keshav. Soon, paper planes were flying. Sometimes Keshav's went farther, sometimes Parth's did. Finally, Keshav asked, Parth, do you control the plane once you throw it? Well, no, I just aim and throw. Then who decides where it goes? Parth squinted at the sky, the wind. Exactly, said Keshav. You do your part. The rest is not in your control. Parth's eyes widened. So I can study and write my exam, but the result is like the wind. Keshav smiled. Autopilot. That night, Parth slept peacefully. No nightmares, just offering the plane to the wind. Nature's lap. Dolphins in the Ganga. Tick, 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 tick. I hear ticking. Shh. I can hear it too. The children whispered. The school excursion boat floated back toward the Ganga Ghat. From the deep water again came the soft musical ticking, but this time a little louder. Tick, tick, tick. The children leaned forward. A silver shimmer glided upward, moving like a moonbeam dancing on the Ganga. A dolphin, the children gasped. She looks like the moon Chanda. Mira leaned forward excitedly. Splash! She fell into the river. Help! She cried. Teacher! Mira fell. The children screamed. Chanda, the dolphin, heard the splash too. Her moonlight body twirled sharply, slicing through the water with a swift glide. Tick, tick, tick. She rushed to Mira, lifted her gently with her long snout, and guided her towards the ghat. The teacher and children raced towards the ghat steps. Chanda nudged Mira all the way to the steps. Teacher said Chanda is a gangetic dolphin. Unlike sea dolphins, they live in rivers, not oceans. They are one of the few freshwater dolphins in the whole world. They cannot see very well. Their eyes are very tiny. They use a special power called echolocation. Echolocation. They make sounds. The echoes help them know where fishes are, where the river is deep, and when danger is near. They eat small fish, tiny prawns, and little creatures in the river. They don't chew, they swallow. Chanda turned to swim back to the deep end. She couldn't. She tried again. Her tail tugged. She twisted, splashed, and let out a frightened sound. Teek, teek, teek. Teacher, she is stuck, Mira cried. Chanda was tangled in rotten garlands, threads, plastic bags, torn clothes. There are very few gangetic dolphins left. The reason river pollution, fishing nets, dams, and boats that emit smoke. We must protect them, said teacher. Meera stood firmly. We will help Chanda, she said. The children soon formed a long human chain and waded into the shallow water. Some removed flowers, threads, some pulled plastic bags. Slowly the water cleared. Chanda felt it. She lifted her shining body, rolled sideways in joy. Tick, tick, tick. She swam gracefully back into the deep river. Chanda saved Meera, and you all saved Chanda. Let's promise never to pollute our mother Ganga, said teacher. The children chorused, we promise. From the deep river, a soft tick, tick, tick was heard. Chanda was saying, thank you. Who, what, where, when, why. Copyright takes away the right to copy. True or false? True. Where is there more gold found? Land or sea? Sea. Entomology is the study of insects. What is the population of tigers in India? Approximately 1,400. The Elephanta caves mostly have sculptures of one Hindu deity. Which one? Shiva, Shivaji. Who invented the thermometer? G.D. Fahrenheit. What is the chief of navy called? Admiral. What is the oldest surviving language in the world? Tamil. The thickest skin is found on our soles and the thinnest on our eyelids. Olympic winners are awarded medals but no prize money. True. Joy of jokes. Pratik, Grandpa, did God make you? Grandpa, yes, Pratik. Pratik, and did he make me too? Grandpa, yes, sure he did. Pratik, I think he is getting better at his job, isn't it? Doctor, what is your occupation? Patient, I eat swords in a circus. Doctor, aha, I will have to put you on a diet for the next 2 weeks. You should only eat small knives. Boss to driver, I will give you a job at a starting salary of rupees 2000. Is that okay? Dinky, your starting salary is great, sir. Now, what will be my driving salary? Interviewer, what is your qualification? Candidate, it is a PhD, sir. Interviewer, what do you mean PhD? Candidate, passed high school with difficulty. PhD. First crackpot. Okay, asked me if I am a deer. Second crackpot. Are you a deer? First crackpot. Yes, I am. Now ask me if I am an elephant. Second crackpot. Are you an elephant? First crackpot. Don't be silly. Didn't I just tell you I am a deer? Then how can I be an elephant? Durgesh. It is important to have high values in life. Mangesh. Okay. If someone is beating a donkey and I save it from the beating, what would you call it, Durgesh? Brotherly love. Tina. Why didn't the skeleton go to the garden? Nina. Because he had no body to go with. Nobody or no body. Naresh. Why did the scientist remove the doorbell from his house? Suresh. He wanted to win the Nobel Prize. Ria. What kind of tree fits in your hand? Sia. A palm tree. Connecting with your kid, mom and dad. I must go beyond the usual. How was your day today? How was school today? Connecting with your kid must go beyond the usual. How was your day today? How was school today? Instead, it could be, hey, great to see you again. Here's your favorite sandwich. Look for a time slot to chat with your kid. If the kid is talking, listen with full attention and enthusiasm. Show some curiosity, it shows that you care. If the kid talks about the display of personal skills or standing up for two values of life, smile, a thumbs up, a pat on the back. Word search places visited by Sri Ram. Rameshwaram, Chitrakoot, Lanka, Panchavati, Mithila, Kishkinda, Ayodhya. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om.